Charlie, did anybody come back this summer that just jumped out at you offensively or defensively?
Well, what I was looking for, Eric, the last 2 days are more certain people playing certain positions to see how they look. So I'm going to say 3 examples, and you guys will get exactly where I'm going. I wanted to see how Aldridge would look at the fullback position. Now, of course, I'm not doing the same things I did with Asaph Schwab with Aldridge. You know, just because you put him at fullback doesn't mean you do the exact same things. But I wanted to see how Aldridge looked. I wanted to see how Mike Ragone looked. You know, Mike Ragone looked coming off his knee. I wanted to see how Wenger would react, you know, running with the 2s instead of the 1s. I wanted to see Darius Fleming, you know, as a Sam linebacker in a 2-point stance versus being, you know, a nickel defensive end. I wanted to see if Ian Williams' conditioning was as good as I think it is compared to what I've seen from him in the past. And fortunately, in all the 5 of those guys that I brought up, you know, I've got a positive, you know, it's been a positive, you know, impression that I've got from all of them within the things I was looking for.
What's a ballpark number percentage on plays that you would use a fullback?
Well, what I've tried to do this camp, taking over, you know, as the coordinator, is get back into the way I used to set up offense. And the way I used to set up offense is take fewer plays from more personnel groups and more formations. This way the players can get a core set of plays and get good at them, but by using more personnel groups and more formations, you cause that indecision on the defensive part. So, you know, I'm not saying it would be a third of the time we'd be using them or a half of the time. You know, I don't know the percentage, but I know that's the way we're setting up the offense so that we're not locked into one personnel group based off of one play. Like if we're going to run this play, the only way we can run it is if we put 3 wide receivers in a game and a tight end. That's what we're trying to get to.
Does anybody understand the offense better than Evan Sharpley?
I'd like to think I do. I think that he's clearly the player with the most experience, therefore, you know, the most knowledge of the beginning of the system till now. I mean, Jimmy, with as many reps as Jimmy gets, you know, probably is more up to date with what we're doing. But from all the stuff we've done since we've been here, you know, Evan would be the guy that definitely has the best view of that.
It's Charlie, you have the potential to have a bunch of freshmen in your special teams in different places. Are you to the point where you're auditioning them yet, or is that something that comes after the pads go on?
Well, what I told Coach Pullian, and the coaches for that matter, you know, we always talk about 5th year of eligibility without getting into that other term that we talk about. I said, let's go for the first 2 weeks right through till August 21st without that even being a thought in our mind. Let's go as if everyone's going to be trying to get on the field this year. You know, because that, you know, after the 21st, then they get a day off, the freshmen go through orientation, we have a Sunday night deal in front of the students where, you know, I'm not doing anything, you know, so we have a Sunday night deal in front of the students, and then it's the first week of Nevada coming up. So really, you know, they have 2 full weeks of giving every opportunity to try to get themselves into the initial mix. And then that mix becomes a lot less of a state of flux as you go forward to the last week of August and the first week of September.